Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? Look at that worker split. Holy hell, that was pretty awesome, I would have to say. So how's everyone doing? Welcome back to Force Strategy Gaming. Force here, and I will be doing a StarCraft 2 commentary for you today. It has been, well, it's been a few days, and of course want to apologize for that. I've still been trying to come out with some content for you guys. And in fact, right before this video uploaded, we did have a Terran strategy video, and I do have strategy videos for the rest of the week too. I have a Protoss and Zerg strategy video lined up. What I'm trying to do, actually, I want to let you know is today, the recording of this video is Tuesday, and I'm spending a ton of time today and as well as tomorrow morning coming out with a lot of content because I will be gone for the week. I'm actually headed on vacation to Las Vegas from Wednesday to Sunday, so I will be gone that entire time, and obviously while I'm gone, I can't upload content. So I'm trying to come out with a bunch of content now, upload it all, and then just release it throughout the week while I'm on vacation. That way you guys will still have stuff to watch while I'm away. I don't want you to suffer content-wise just because I'm happening to be taking a lovely vacation with my girlfriend in Las Vegas. So yes, today I'm doing a lot of work, so yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy everything that I've been doing recently, and there's just a lot of stuff going on, really exciting stuff, besides in my personal life, just in StarCraft and Diablo and everything with Force Strategy Gaming. So yeah, but let's focus here on the game. The players we're looking at are OGS's Nada here as the blue Terran player in the bottom left. And in the upper right, RoseLegacy, the guy who does a crazy worker split at the beginning of the game. That, my friends, was certainly intense. We are, of course, Backwater Gulch. Definitely a pretty interesting map. I actually don't do a lot of commentaries on this map. Maybe it's just because I don't happen to see a lot of games on this map. It seems to not be in the map pool, at least of the games that I pull replays from. That just so happens to be the case. RoseLegacy looking pretty standard over here. Same thing pretty much for Nada. Looks like he's doing pretty standard stuff as well. His first Marine coming on through, also dropping a depot at the front of his base. Very interesting. I'm almost expecting a bunker to be placed down and some sort of a techie build from Nada. Otherwise, there's really no reason to sacrifice these buildings by having them at the front of your base. Obviously, if you get a push from your opponent, you're very liable to lose these buildings, so it's a little bit dangerous. The only time you really see bunkers being placed at the front is the only time you really see depots being placed at the front is if you plan on possibly getting some early aggression and you want to control the flow of traffic into your base and placing down a bunker as well, just in case you're teching up or fast expanding or anything like that. Now let's take a look back over in the main base of RoseLegacy. Looks, again, fairly standard, chrono boosting out that warp gate research. He's sitting on about 54 energy, so he could actually chrono boost quite a few more. Let's see if he decides to use it on the gateway. Yes, he does, so he will be chrono boosting out that stalker. He wants to get that SCV out of his base. We can see a simulator up, but not yet saturated. Holding off on that, getting a few extra minerals, dropping the gateway first, and then we'll be moving into saturation of that assimilator. Back here inside of the main of Nada, we can see one Marauder is out. We've got concussive shells in the way. So what does this mean? Why am I excited? Well, I'm excited because these fast concussive shells with these Marauders means some early game aggression. Marine Marauder pushes will be much more effective, of course, with that concussive shell, and that is why you will see Terran players go for that so early. At the same time, Nada will be coming out with an expansion, and these two things do coincide quite often. The early aggression, distracting your opponent, buying yourself time to get this expansion up and running. That is the idea. We can see also right now just sitting out the front of his expansion because he wants to deny any possible probe scouts from moving in and actually scouting out the fact that he has expanded. Stalker moving across the map. I am actually not entirely certain what he's checking for. He already knows where the main base is, so maybe trying to see if he can catch any stray Marines or SCVs or anything like that. Looks like RoseLegacy will be quick expanding as well. He opened up with those two gateways, then moved into the expansion himself. So both players going for a quick expanding build. So very, very awesome. I'm excited about that because it means they will be working on strong economies and moving into very likely the mid-game. And so we won't be seeing a short game today. It doesn't appear to be the case. OGS is Nada continuing up his scouting escapades over here, checking again, I suppose, just for the possibility of a fast third or something like that. We can see again, he obviously knows where his opponent is, so very interesting that he checks for that. But you never know. I mean, if a fast third did happen, and if RoseLegacy happened to get up a fast third and was able to successfully defend and let it get up and saturated, well then of course Nada would be in a whole heap load of trouble. We can see Nada dropping down the two bunkers, also the missile turret placement there to catch any possible observers or possibly any DT rushes that may be going on from his opponent. Has he scanned it all? No, he's not scanned the main. Just from that initial scouting is what any kind of information he has on what his opponent's doing. We can see still just the gateways, no robo tech at all as of this moment. We'll just be sticking with gateways. Would really like to see a robo get placed down sometime soon so we can get out that observer and try to do some continuous scouting. SCV scout again checking for the possibility of that third, or of course the possibility of any proxy tech, proxied stargates, stuff like that can be very frustrating to deal with. So maneuvering around the map and looking for those things, certainly not the worst of ideas. Moving out right now with a few sentries, couple stalkers, and couple zealots just to the front of his base at the moment. We'll catch the SCV, though, in transit. Manages to drop that. That is a free kill for RoseLegacy. Certainly can't complain about that. Nada really worried about this strong early aggression. Look at all of these bunkers. 3 bunkers up, 4th bunker coming on through. He is at this moment just going with these 3 racks. He does have level 1 upgrade coming out of his engineering bay. We will shortly see him come down with his next building. I do expect a factory so that he can work in some medevacs, work his way up to that starport, and work some medevacs into his bio composition here. Obviously, would also like to see some attachments at some point, but obviously at this point, looking at his resources, his macro very solid. His production hasn't suffered whatsoever. And is there the factory being placed right now? Yes, it is. So factory, and then of course into starport as well, seems to be the likely move after that point. RoseLegacy, what is he doing at this point? Looks like early charge zealots coming out with these 2 additional gateways. So he will be sitting on 6 gateways. The charge research coming on through. Those charge zealots do very well against that bio army. Of course, the big advantage to the bio is the stim and kiting that you're able to do with concussive shells, but with charge it makes that much more difficult, and it is just much harder to actually pull it off. And now that Nada has some nice saturation, we can see coming out with these additional barracks, and look at all these barracks. He will be in fact sitting on 6, and once more that starport should be coming soon here as well. RoseLegacy grabbing the center of the map, getting a little bit of map control. He does have a proxy pylon, so actually we may be seeing some aggression very soon. I'm guessing once that charge upgrade comes out, he will be looking to push up. Given his stance and giving this second proxy pylon here, that is certainly what I'm expecting, but it will be hard for those charge zealots to actually push in and do too much given all of the bunkers that are here. So I am a little bit concerned right now for RoseLegacy. Pushing in to this bunker-heavy front fortification of Nada could certainly be a little bit problematic, I would have to say. We do have the level 1 armor upgrades coming out now that the level 1 range upgrade is finished. And look at all his barracks, and there's the starport dropping the reactor as well, allowing him to get out those double medevacs, and then eventually transitioning into double Viking if he sees Colossus. But it does not look like Colossus will be out anytime soon. Again, look at that chrono boosting through. We'll be seeing a very, very strong push right now. He is coming out with as many units as humanly possible at this point in the game, and here it comes right now. Charge upgrade is complete. The push will be happening in just one moment, and I do not think that Nada is aware of this. No, he is not. Hell, he hasn't even scouted that expansion, so here comes the push right now. Charging in, trying to get us around on those bunkers. Wants to target fire those down as quickly as possible. Stim pack going out. Those Marines and Marauders, they are quite a bit out of range, and some nice force fields there from RoseLegacy, cutting back some of those units, pushing them back as far as possible, and this looks to be a little bit dangerous now. Most of the zealots are out of the picture. Of course, those are the units that benefit from the upgrade that we saw RoseLegacy get. So yes, here we go, warping in some more zealots, pushing on in to the natural expansion here of Nada, and Nada looks to be in a little bit of trouble. Here come the medevacs though, not getting any repairs down on that bunker. Unfortunately, he does have a few units remaining, and actually with these medevacs and the stim pack, he may be able to fend this off, and that would be unbelievable. Look at those zealots though in the resource line, going to town on those SCVs, trying to do their mining there. Some stim micro going back, trying to stay away from those charged zealots if at all possible, doing an excellent job of that as well. Look at that, just minor stutter stepping, trying to keep away, but finally getting a full surround now. Was able to take out the rest of that bio. We've got a couple more Marines and Marauders sitting here as well. Nada forced to lift off with his orbital command. Try to pull it back in the main. Will he make it back in time though before it burns down? SCVs want to pull on over and try to get a repair. Please repair, and no. Getting dropped. The Stalkers managing to take it out. Few more Marines and Marauders sitting over here, stimming up. We'll be trying to take down those zealots if at all possible. We have got no more medevacs coming out right now, and this is a big problem for Nada. He is sitting in a very, very tough position right now. He is relying solely on micro. His economy is hurting drastically compared to his opponents. Look at that. Just a great, great position. And I'm sorry, I forgot nameplates. That is no good. It shows you how long it's been since my last commentary. Jesus. So anyways, yes, moving down with those Marines and Marauders, really target firing down those Stalkers, and unbelievably though, the power of this bio army against the Stalkers and Zealots is proved quite evident here. Even with that charge upgrade, you can see how effective those Marines and Marauders are, and RoseLegacy's push has been thwarted unbelievably. Nada managing to stop that, but just sitting on one base. I am, of course, very concerned for him. He needs to be very, very careful, and he, of course, needs to try to come up with his expansion. Let's take a quick look now at the unit loss tab, and again, unbelievably, they are about equal. You know, given the amount of damage that RoseLegacy did and the fact that he took out this expansion, he is certainly in a better position, but it is just unreal to see what a little bit of micro with these Marines and Marauders and Stim Pack and Concussive Shell can do to Zealots and Stalkers. Another medevac finally coming into play, lifting off those units away from the Zealots and dropping them back in the main, and Nada still fighting, still in the game. Scouting Factory stopping short, but we'll be checking to see if a third does eventually come up. I'm not expecting it to, though. RoseLegacy certainly has invested heavily in this. Given the fact that he's dropped the expansion, I'm expecting him to try to continue up this aggression, but no, never mind. Actually deciding he does want to try to capitalize on the advantage. The fact that, again, Nada is still just on one base is definitely an issue, and if he can get up this expansion and try to continue up that economy and work on that, then he will be in an ever stronger position, coming out with still a few more gateways, not trying to incorporate any robo-tech into this, just sticking with that gateway heavy army. And again, Marines and Marauders are very strong against that, so he does need to be careful. We've got 3 medevacs in play. Here comes the Stim Pack stimming down, and oh no, cannot micro away from those Zealots. Is he going to lift them up? That is his only kind of safety, but no, not just going to stick in the battle, try to drop those Zealots. Zealots have been taken care of with all of that healing power of the medevacs. They were actually able to survive that. A few more Marines and Marauders coming out, and this is unreal. The fact that Nada is still in this game, so many players would have GG'd by this point, but Nada sticking through and doing what he can. He is still on one base, is nowhere near being able to expand. He just is using all of his resources just to try to defend himself, and look at that micro, staying away from the Zealots and dropping those Stalkers so quickly. Being Marauder heavy, he takes care of those Stalkers without issue, microing away again from those Zealots. Just, no, there are 2 medevacs in fact. I thought there was just one. Charge Zealots trying to move in again, so here we go. Hopefully seeing some continued micro here from Nada, trying to stay away from the Zealots. He hasn't done any damage to RoseLegacy at all, except for, of course, mopping up these units that have been sent and streaming into his base. But I am concerned because Nada, how is he going to recover from this? I mean, look, he is almost mined out right now, and he needs to do some damage. He needs to hit the economy of RoseLegacy, but obviously a very difficult position because he's just continuously trying to defend himself. We can see RoseLegacy now sitting up with his third. His main is getting close to mined out, but obviously, again, Nada's is as well. So Nada using all of his resources to just try to defend himself. In fact, what I expect, in all honesty, is Nada will likely lift this off. If that situation does arise, he will be lifting off this main base, moving it into his expansion, then just trying to defend down there. He can really not afford at this point in the game to try to spend 400 resources on that expansion, just because he needs every resource that he can possibly garnish, or whatever the heck word that I want to use there, just to get these Marines and Marauders out to defend himself, because this aggression from RoseLegacy has been constant. He hasn't been letting up at all, and he needs to just make sure he has enough units to defend. And here we go. We will be seeing another engagement. It looks like that main command center is being transferred over, stimming up those Marines and Marauders and continuing to micro back. And with this micro, it is unreal. How is he still in this game? This is the most absurd thing, but uh-oh, this is looking to be a problem. Nada finally calling the GG. Both players started this game out with a fast expand, with Nada going 1 racks into expansion, and RoseLegacy opening up with 2 gateways and then expanding himself. Nada opted for the standard Marine Marauder into medevac build and composition. You can see also coming out with a lot of bunkers for some early game defense. RoseLegacy decided to go with a 6-gate push with that Charge Zealot upgrade. With his initial push, RoseLegacy was able to do quite a bit of damage. We're going to see those Charge Zealots come into play here, swoop right up on those bunkers, and that, with the help of the Stalker Fire, was able to mop them up very quickly. And actually what ends up happening here is RoseLegacy is able to drop the expansion of Nada. This is a big problem, because at this point, RoseLegacy was sitting on 2 bases, while Nada was just mining from the 1. Even with losing his expansion, Nada refused to leave the game, stuck in it, and with some great micro, was actually able to fend off the attack of RoseLegacy, at least that initial wave. Unfortunately though, Rose's main and natural were unhindered, and he came out with a 3rd expansion as well. Being so far behind economically, even with all of his great micro, it was just too much for Nada to handle, and that is what forced the GG. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed this commentary. As always, if you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel. I am going to be gone on a vacation to Las Vegas for the next week or so, and while that's the case, I will still have videos uploaded for you guys that I've been recording all throughout the day today and tomorrow. But once I'm gone, we'll be looking to get some new and fresh content. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being fans, and as always, keep watching and keep owning.